Hello and welcome to Picture Astrology. In this quick video, we will try to find out the key difference between the moon reference point or the ascendant as the reference point, and also see which one of them should be used when you are either doing your natal chart reading or listening to various videos which talks about effects of transits, the major transits which happen, and also see some rules which makes one of them stronger than the other. So as you know, in Vedic astrology we actually consider 9 planets, which starts from Sun and all the way up to Rahu and Ketu. They are loosely called as planets, but in Vedic astrology they are known as grahas. And moon is one of the grahas which is considered in Vedic astrology. Whereas ascendant is actually just a point. And to quickly recap, say if you are on earth here and there is sun which is rising, so at the time, say you are here, at the time of your birth, on the eastern horizon, whatever is the point which was rising, that becomes your ascendant point. So ascendant is not part of these 9 planets. And loosely said, ascendant is basically the sign which is placed in your first house, because first house will be the sign which is rising on the eastern horizon at the time of the birth, and the exact degree of that point is known as ascendant point. So ascendant point basically resides in the first house of your chart. So one thing which becomes confusing for many people is that ascendant is just a point, whereas moon is actually a planet. Then why do we compare these two? So let's first quickly answer this. See, the thing about ascendant and moon is that they both are most important reference points of your life. And what I mean is, actually you can take all the 9 grahas as reference point and analyze various aspects of your life, but the most critical, the most important points are these two. Now before we go further, let's see what is a reference point. See, you must have noticed that when you look at a place, or say even a square or a road, from different angles they look very different. And one easy or very easy way to understand is, say if you're looking from here and you're seeing something like this, from this point will look like a 9 to you, but the same thing, if the reference point is changed to here, will look like a 6. Similarly, as I was saying, in life, say there is a road which you visit often or go by often, but you always take it from one side. When you take the same road from a different angle, the view looks very, very different. Same is the case with our life, where our life is something like this. If you're looking from this angle, it will be 9. If you're looking from this angle, it will be 6. If you're looking from this, it will be something else. If you're looking from this, it will be something else. So your life's experience is determined, or one of the large factors in determining your life's experience is the reference point you are looking from, and that is where ascendant and moon becomes highly important. And roughly put, ascendant represents your physical body which also houses your mind, your brain. So that becomes your physical reference point, and moon is the most important emotional reference point. All of your emotions are represented by moon. And if you observe closely, 99.9% human beings are emotionally charged. They get activated emotionally. We want to feel, we are logical beings, but emotions of different kinds, fear, love, hate, anxiety, all of that really fuels our life. And therefore these two reference points, analyzing the horoscope from these reference point is very, very important. Now ideally, just take an example. Suppose there is a case where you have some physical problem. You got hit and you have some injury in your hand during that time. Now, ideally, both the reference point, ascendant and moon, should show some aspect of this injury. So in many cases, they work as complementary, or they signifies different signals of the same event. One will say, okay, some physical cut has happened, and the other reference will say, okay, some emotional turbulence or not a present happening during that time. So these two together are always seen in any kind of natal horoscopy. The part of the world I come from, or people who analyze horoscope, whom I have seen and learned from, they always look a horoscope from both ascendant and moon point of reference. In fact, even before looking at D9, these two charts are seen. So importance of these two together just cannot be overemphasized. But which one to be used when you are looking for transits? Now, for the transits, generally moon ascendant is always referred in all the Vedic astrology texts. There are various reasons given for it, and if you are a little bit familiar with the Vedic astrology, even the other instrument which is used, transits are used to assess the occurrence of an event, the timing of an event, and other stuff or other techniques like dasha and so on, which are used to determine timings. They mostly have the root in moon's placement. Because see, your emotions are the first to get impacted by changes around you, and then things eventually happen in physical world too. Emotionally, people are more susceptible, more easily affected. You can see the occurrences happening in emotions much more easily than in physical world. So that's one of the reason. And another reason which many people say is that transits represents your kriyaman karma. It's the third type of karma. I have explained the types of karma in another video about karmas, and that is something which is most related with the moon's position. So these are two most widely used reasons, but generally moon is taken as the primary reference for assessing the effects of transits. But in reality, if you see, you can see transit effects from ascendant too, and this will be especially true if ascendant is really strong, way more strong than moon. So what I'm saying here is, first of all, look at your transits from moon's placement, but if ascendant is strong, that should also be looked at. Now, there are some keys to see if the ascendant is strong. Ascendant, say, is placed, or ascendant is occupied by the lord of the ascendant, then ascendant becomes very strong. Say your ascendant is Sagittarius and Jupiter is placed here, then ascendant strong. But if at the same time your moon is in Aries and the lord of Aries, that is Mars, is also either aspecting or associated with Aries, then you will find that both your ascendant point and moon are strong. So you can actually look at from both the angles. And if you see my last video about Jupiter's transit, I think in one of the signs, I guess it was Leo ascendant, when I was describing about Leo ascendant and the kind of changes they are going to face, I think I did mention that if you have Leo ascendant and if you have Leo moon sign, so if you have Leo moon and Aquarius as ascendant, then you might have had some weight loss in the last couple of or 3-4 months. Now this I was able to kind of assess, because the way transit was happening from both of these points simultaneously for a particular chart. And I think there are at least 1 or 2 comments in the comment section which corroborates this. I've also seen in my experience with some of the folks I know with this kind of placement. So when a transit or a dasha is looked at from both these angles, it gives a much more holistic picture. But as far as transits are concerned, first preference is moon, second is ascendant. As far as natal chart is concerned, both of them have to be looked at. There is no escaping. So friends, hopefully this would be a video which would have helped you in clarifying some doubts between moon and ascendant, and also knowing what exactly ascendant point or reference point is. I really thank you, all of you, for your support so far. You can check out my books in the link below. If you buy the book, I will give you links to some special videos which I have made only for my patrons. They are detailed hour-long plus videos of Vedic astrology teachings. More of them will keep on coming. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.